Oh my god! Oh my god! Fucking stupid!
All right, everybody, I am here alone. Woo! I don't have an opening for Thinking Random yet. I was gonna play the dump opening, but it doesn't work anymore. It's too long. So I didn't know what to do.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I really don't know. So welcome everybody. It is Saturday night. I am starting this one off alone on time. That's all right. People will be dropping in. I know that Mad Mardigan will be here soon. Summer, random, autumn, April, fall. You know, sometime of the year he'll be here. He's eating or something. I know Mark with a seal drop in once he's done talking to Hollywood directors. But I'm here and you're here. So let's start this thing off, okay? We have in the chat, we have Orville Nation. PJ, what is up, brother? It's always good to see you. Keely Chow, Roll Tide is in the house. How are you? Zachary 315. Love seeing you in the chat. Also, Black Angus Reviews. Long time no see, man. How you been? He says, I think the Echo trailer looked pretty damn good. I expect it to be bad, actually, but hope for the best. So I didn't watch the trailer yet because I wanted to do that with the people. I was thinking, you know what? I'll react to it, but I predicted it will be the best episode of Echo is the trailer. If you've seen it, let me know. Yeah, thank you for catching me live. Keith Howard, what is up? Small time, one of the funniest dudes I know. What is going on? And Reveal Arvida. Reveal Arvida. If I said that right, I am so happy I did. Because I am bad at words. I don't know if you've watched me long enough to know that. And we have a couple people watching on Rumble too right now. So yeah, there's some stuff going on already. A lot of stuff might be Rumble material for the second hour of the show, but you know, while I'm waiting for some people to join me, I was thinking we could take a look at Disney, of course, because it says, and I quote, Disney has an uphill battle. Okay, it's up here. Disney faces uphill battle with the Marvels. It's not just that the movie sucks, or there you go. That the movie's going to suck. It's that they also have boycotts going on right now. So entertainment giant is being hit with calls for boycott, paving a rocky road for the release of the latest Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's the MCU for everybody, the Marvels. So they are going to try and blame the boycott for how bad we all know the Marvels is going to be. You know, you started out with Captain Marvel 2. That was going to be the second movie. Let me know if this sounds better too. I'm going to switch this to karaoke. Yeah, you have the second Marvel movie coming out, okay? Or Captain Marvel, and then that gets scrapped, and they're like, well, why don't we just do a chick flick, you know, a bunch of them, like Thelma and Louise for the modern era. And they added Miss Marvel and Photon to the mix, so now it's the Marvels. Something with them, because they all are cosmically linked, and I don't know how. I guess, you know, Captain Marvel, I think that was the Space Stone, one of the stones, who cares anymore. And Photon came by, you know, the Scarlet Witch, who somehow one of the stones might have sent for her as a child and predicted her being the Scarlet Witch. So maybe that's how that cosmic. And then the bangle somehow is cosmic. So why haven't I seen anything with Emilia Clarke's character in it? Because she literally took in Captain Marvel DNA. So I don't know. It's just going to be stupid. I don't know what you guys think. Those are one of the things that thanks, man. Looking good. I appreciate that. One of the things I don't think it's they know what they're doing anymore. They don't know the direction they're going in. I'm not going to lie. Loki season 2 hasn't sucked as bad as season 1. I watched it. This most recent is their penultimate, which is only episode 5. Which usually is like at least 9 is the episode. But yeah, they have the finale next week. This season actually is about Loki, and female Loki's kind of like in the background being, I don't know, a Jiminy Cricket or something. I don't know what her whole thing is. Jim Donegan in the house. What up, man? Yeah, Rave. Am I saying your name right? Revuel Arvida. I'll say Arvida because I think I got that right. The trailer will be the most viewed episode, right? Little Chad said, "You're doing a great job, Solo Man." Yeah, I should probably do more solo stuff. People tell me that. It's good for your channel too because you actually interact with the chat more. You know me, Chad. I have you guys running a Wednesday show because I don't have time. But coming back this week, hopefully this week, on Tuesday, I already talked to my wife, got the okay. On Tuesday, we're bringing back one of my favorite shows we've ever done. Okay, and it was kind of like I would switch that on with the Song of Ice and Fire stream, which is every Monday night. And if you're not subbed, please sub, like this, please share this out because YouTube is not sharing notifications out. And over on Rumble, if you could share it out too, I'd appreciate it. But we are coming back with, and I'll only play a short second of this fantastic show. Now, if you know that opening, I'm surprised, but that is Aluminum Spork, where we talk aliens, ancient lost civilizations, Men in Black, everything you can think of that's kind of on the fringe or conspiracy. That's coming back on Tuesday nights, hopefully around 7:30 p.m. It will be myself and Grant Gregory, Mr. Grant Gregory, and maybe some guests here and there when we finally get it moving. So episode 1 of Aluminum Spork will be on Tuesday night, so I hope to see you guys there. But we'll get back to this article. So as you see, this article from Newsweek wants to blame this most recent boycott on Disney, which I think it has to do with them donating money to Israel. I know I'm more of the person that will talk politics, will tell you his views, and that's probably why my channel's not growing. But I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that, Disney, if that's what it was. There are things that happened in the world that sometimes you have to retaliate. Sometimes and you support it. Disney is known for being a superhero powerhouse. But recently, many fans have expressed... Recently? I mean, I think we've been recently since after Infinity War. That was the last great movie I thought they had. The Spider-Man ones are okay, but they're Sony. I actually just watched, is it Across the Multiverse? The second one? Miles Morales one. He's not Spider-Man, but he is Miles Morales. And actually, spoilers for a movie that's been out for a long time. You find out that really he wasn't even supposed to be bitten by a spider, which is kind of funny because it goes with what we say. He's not Spider-Man. But the animation is sick. It's sick. The different artistic things they do with the different Spider-Man, like the punk Spider-Man, just the way they draw him, really cool. I enjoyed that. Has any of you guys seen that? Let me know. What did you think of it? As a standalone, as a something, even though they do like add in parts of the live action Spider-Man universe from Toby to Andrew to the new Spider-Man. So I thought that was a choice they took. I don't know. I don't hate it. I like Spider-Gwen. She's kind of hot. She's 18, right? If I was like in high school. Okay, that's weird. I'm talking about a cartoon. Okay. So yeah, the Marvels is set for release. Is it really like next week? and follows on from Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and WandaVision, among other MCU projects. However, recent developments mean the movie could be in danger of taking a hit at the box office. Disney has been hit with the calls for boycott after a donation it made earlier in October to an organization that is providing humanitarian relief to those affected. Okay, wait a minute. Humanitarian relief to those affected by, is it on both sides? I mean, even that is really nice. Because, people not involved in these, Palestinians that aren't involved in being used as shields and, just want to live a good life like most human beings do. The idea of war is just kind of stupid, but sometimes it has to happen, I guess. Mostly when you're attacked, you gotta fight back. But, everybody just wants, for the most part, except for leaders, it seems like most normal people, us, we'll say the middle class around the world, it might be different levels of pay. I get that in standards, but all we want to do is provide for our families, have a decent life, laugh, love, all that good stuff. And these stupid groups just keep effing that up. Hate for just the reason of hate. Hating a people just because of what they believe. Dumb. Even though I hate Disney. Am I a hypocrite? Let me know in the comments below. The lovely Sherry. How are you? And then Small Time Republic says, I thought Across the Spider-Verse was decent, definitely original. Yeah, what's the first one? Is the second one Across the Spider? I just watched it on Netflix. I don't know what it's the second one. That's much. I've seen them both. You got, oh no, the first one's Into the Spider-Verse, right? And the second one's Across the Spider-Verse. Yeah, I thought the second one's better. I like, is it Jason Schwartz is the villain, and I thought he did a fine job with that. Taking the villain from just like this goofy dude to like can be a universe-ending, multiverse-ending threat was kind of cool. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so back to the Disney thing though. Robert A. Iger, Ron. Robert A. Iger, Chief Executive Officer, said in the statement, in the wake of the horrific terrorist attack targeting Jews in Israel this past weekend, we must all do what we can to support the innocent people experiencing so much pain, violence, and uncertainty, particularly children. God, what a horrible man he sounds like. I mean, he might be a progressive, progressive douche, but what he said right there is not wrong. We condemn these attacks. I don't know why Disney needs to condemn. I mean, I think that just goes with the idea of what Disney is condemning attacks. Even though, I mean, we know the history of Walt Disney, so maybe not the war to talk about. The hate that motivated them and all the acts of terrorism. And we will continue working to find more ways to provide support in the region and to honor the victims, their families, and all those affected by these wars. So he denounces the attack on Israel by, a terrorist group. He wants to support children and families and victims. And the company donated $1 million. $1 million, dude. That's all you can get. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe they gave more. $1 million to Magen David Adom, an affiliate of the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, and $1 million to other nonprofit organizations. Okay, so they spread the wealth. All right. I mean, those which focus on children, that's fantastic. However, the move has faced backlash, with social media users calling out the company for seemingly not offering support for those impacted in Gaza. I didn't hear that. I did hear them denounce the attack on Israel, but they said in the region, and people are just idiots. These are people I don't know. Personally, there's a lot of really quick response once the attack happened of these sporadic around the world, rallies in support of Hamas, not Gaza, not the Palestinians, but They were pro-Hamas ones and threatening to do more to the countries they were actually in. I mean, it was dumb. But yet, social media, if you're loud enough, weak people bend. Like, I don't know, Hollywood like people that may stand strong. You got someone like the beautiful Wonder Woman herself. She's Jewish, okay? And I think she came out strong against the attacks, and she was bombarded. I mean, ridiculous. She's from there. Like, these are people she probably knew affected by this. And then you have people coming at her for that. Like, it seemed coordinated. It seemed very organized, and it's something you got to keep an eye on, because these groups will attack people until they break. And I think that's ridiculous. I believe in, if you say it and you mean it, stand your ground. That's why I respect Chris Pratt a lot. Being, he's definitely a Christian, and he does not back down on his Christian values. And I support that. If someone's, preaching the good parts of their faith, I support that. Some of them, Twitter. Okay, so it was posted on X, formerly Twitter, by a film at Film Updates. A user said, "Boycott Disney." Another added, "F *** Disney." What do they mean by that? "Free Palestine, boycott." A third commented, "Guys, remember to pirate these movies and not let a penny reach the studios." These probably are the same people that were calling, like, Gary and the Critical Drinker and all those guys, racists and anti-Semites and sexist for their views on the same franchise just a few years ago. Got to kind of find that funny. If the aid actually gets to Gaza citizens, that's fine, but too often it is used to feed and fuel the attackers. 100% correct. There has been a lot of money flowing in there for a long time, and the way the citizens live, it's really sad. And they elected that government. Let's not forget that. So it sucks, but what are you going to do? Not much from my chair here complaining about it. One social media user hit back at those calling for the boycott. If you guys want to boycott correctly, make sure you know where company donations are going more than the general country. Disney donated to Israel funds, yes, but it was to the Israel Red Crescent, a Muslim branch of the Red Cross, and a nonprofit that focuses on aid for children. Boom! Another annoyed with calls to boycott major brands posted, "Please stop telling people that the main three companies to boycott are McDonald's, Starbucks, and Disney." I mean, we could boycott them in June, for how far they've gone with the whole kids and stuff like that. But I don't think they did something wrong here. I would like to see what you guys think over on Rumble. Please use the live chat. It works. And over on YouTube, let me know what you guys think. The commentator then specifically pointed out that Disney is not on a list of companies targeted by boycott. Divestment sanctions, a Palestinian-led movement that says its aim is to end international support for Israel's oppression of Palestine. McDonald's, okay, probably an unpopular thought. I get, like, this territory has been Israel was formed after World War II, and Palestinians were there before them, even though before that was Romans, and before that, while there were Israelites. And oh shit, we have a juicy on. Hey, what's up, my Jewish friend?
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Not much, just talking about people wanting to boycott Disney for donating money to Muslim and Israel groups, because for some reason they think that they're only doing it for Israel, even though they did donate to Muslim groups that aid children,
Yeah, the bastards.
Yeah.
How dare they support and help kids?
You know what? It's terrible. It's probably groups that only support trans kids. No, it's like these people are out of their minds. These are the same people attacking us for disliking these movies a couple of years ago, and now because they feel like Disney overstepped by wanting to save kids. You know, I don't get it, man. These pro Hamas groups, I just don't understand them.
Well, it's one or the other. It's if you help one person out, even if you help the other one out, it doesn't count.
Right. Are there really protesters in Germany waving flags for Al Qaeda and the Taliban? Like, and it's everywhere. Washington had a huge rally today for pro-Palestine. They say it's pro-Palestine, but it's really pro-Hamas.
In England, a guy 2 days ago got arrested for reading the Bible in public.
Or like across the street from something.
Yeah, and then that night they had 10,000 Muslims praying.
Yeah, well, because it's Christianity is the wrong religion right now. Even Judaism, you know, it's if you're Muslim, and no offense to Muslims, because if you're practicing the true Quran, there's a lot of preaching of love. Teaching. They believe that Jesus was a great teacher and maybe even a prophet, but not the Messiah. I understand what they, fundamentally they have a lot of their own rules, like just like the Jewish religion has Old Testament rules.
There are a lot of crossovers when it comes to the three major religions. So
they all have the Old Testament, a lot of it in it, right?
Yeah.
And then even, like I was saying, even stories of the New Testament kind of bleed into the Quran a little bit, just to I don't know, just to say, yes, we recognize Jesus as a teacher, but I'm not trying to get into a conversation about religion because that's probably why I don't have a lot of people watching anymore, but these are important things to talk about, but for some reason right now, Christianity is the one that gets mocked, that gets belittled, and is pushed to the side. Within
the Western world, there are still several countries that hold steadfast with their beliefs.
Yes.
And they won't push any of that sort of stuff. Hungary's one of those countries that won't allow any religious dissent. Everyone has the right to their freedom of religion, but they have no right to force or push anything on there.
Right. And I understand we have the freedom of speech here to mock whatever the hell you want to mock. But I think the idea of belittling a good portion of the American people, and from our government's point of view, like lifting up,
when it becomes legislation, that's the problem. When the government can dictate someone's faith.
Dude, you just made me think of something. Keep talking for a second, because I swear I just saw something come out of Washington a few days ago, and it's about like anti.
So
Muslim.
I remember about a month ago where if you said anything anti-Semitic, it was the worst thing on the planet. Right. Now the left revels in it.
Right. What is going on, man? I think this is what I was going to show. Here it is. Okay, wait a minute. Let me stop sharing this.
But strangely enough, since this conflict has happened over there, more money has been pumped into Ukraine than ever before. And no one's talking about
Well, it's like, look at this hand while the other hand's doing something else. Statement from White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre on President Biden's establishment of first ever national strategy to counter Islamophobia. As like most of the hate crimes, they say 60% of hate crimes last year targeted Jews, 9% targeted Muslims. It's like all of a sudden it's like the Jewish country gets attacked, and now even we're like their strongest ally, and you have a idiotic like support of something in America that's not actually really happening. Maybe right after 9/11, but it's
the same thing. This is exactly what happened in America with 9/11. America did the exact same thing. Except the difference is they flew to the other side of the planet to do it.
Right. What's up, brother?
What's up, guys?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to show that. That's what I meant to show you. Yeah. So that's from whitehouse.gov, WH.gov. Yeah. So Islamophobia is their strategy of countering that in America, which was a thing maybe in 2000, 2001. It has definitely, people have realized you do not blame a whole religion because of some idiots flying planes. You know what I mean? And now after Israel's attack, they decide to release that. It's just bad timing. That's what it seems to me. Just really bad timing. You know, when it almost shows you're not supporting Israel's side. I don't know. What's up, Mark? How are you, man? We should probably get back to talking about, that's for Rumble in the next hour, you know, talking all that stuff. But how are you, my friend? We got deep quick.
Good. I see.
Yep.
That's a loaded one right there. But yeah,
it's hard.
It is. It's very hard. I just want people to be careful about what we ask for. You know what I mean? That's all. It's like what we stand.
I don't want to go to war, man. I don't want to go to war. I want to support countries that we have been supporting, but I don't want to hurt people that have nothing to do with, even though they voted in actual terrorist group as,
that's
you know?
the thing that's they didn't vote. They had one quote unquote election once.
Right. It's kind of like Russian elections. You know, like,
well, dude, that's the thing.
At
least the Russian elections actually have an election. They went, no more elections. We're in charge. That's it.
Yeah, I didn't mean Russia. I meant China. Yeah, it's one of those things where, you know, like if we all just sat down and had dinner with people from all over the world, you just realize people just want their families to be safe, their kids to be happy, to have a decent life, to be able to go on vacation. You know, like most people dream the same dreams.
Yeah.
That's
what human beings do.
Yeah, it's like the Tower of Babel. We all started speaking different languages, and it just broke us apart. Like, I know we probably never spoke the same, but it would be beautiful if we all can understand each other and where we're coming from.
That's why we need a modern day Rosetta Stone.
A what?
We need a modern day Rosetta Stone so we can all talk the same language to each other.
He has that weird accent,
yeah. You know, I just feel like, you know, people, like you said, people just want to be able to watch their kids grow, you know, and play with them. And, you know, I think, I think Trump said, I just want people to stop dying. You know, it's like it's kind of like, you know, when you watch Star Wars and they say, I sense a disturbance in the Force. It's like, when you know that there are people dying on that scale, it's like a disturbance in the Force. You know, it's like, there's just something not right about that fundamentally, you know. It really isn't. And when you consider it's all like political games, I mean, some people are seeing it from a religious point of view, but it's totally political, and it shouldn't rain down on human beings that way when it's coming from a political place, you know, so yeah.
I'm
so I know we don't want to say
for a
too much
second,
about
guys. I'm sorry, but I want to leave Mark with this. So what we were talking about that kind of got into this, but I want to get back to and get your view on. I'll be back in a second. So there's an article from Newsweek that pretty much what they're setting this up, that Disney, the Marvels is going to get a hit at the box office and maybe fail because Disney donated to an Israeli fund, which really they didn't. It was an Israeli fund, Red Cross, and it was a Muslim. It's called the Red Crescent. It's a Muslim like Red Cross that helps children in the area of this war. That's how we got into the conversation. But the article is trying to state that this boycott is going to be the only probably reason that the Marvels don't make it. You know, like it kills me, man. It's just the play on, you know, using a war to like justify this shitty movie. So I'll be right back. You guys can talk on that and whatever else you guys want to talk about. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Grant.
Crazy, man. Yeah, like, I don't understand. They're reaching for straws. They're looking for any excuse why it doesn't seem to work. Here you go. Come have a banana. Okay. Sorry, I gave the wrong banana to her. My mistake. I won't make that one again. But yeah, like, I mean, are you talking to Director X today? Is that true? I heard on Flashcast.
As it turns out, yes. Yellow Flash asked me to come by his stream. He really wanted me to, because I guess he's been watching my videos about Director X. So he had an opportunity to reach out to him, but he reached out to me and he said, I really want you to come on. So I told him, okay, I will. So, you know, at 10:30 Eastern, I will be on Yellow Flash's channel talking to the director X. So it should be very interesting, because I got a lot of thoughts about that. If any of you have seen my videos, you know what I'm talking about, and I'm going to bring that directly to him. So there it is. You know.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely looking forward. I've been, as always, been enjoying your videos and your perspective. You've opened my eyes up to a lot of different things. Yeah, I think you nailed it on your head when you're talking about the negative like stereotypes and side effects that that show's perpetuating as well.
Yep.
And I think that's probably a good message for him to hear, without him just automatically going, "Oh, you're just an incel. You're weird," sort of thing. Like the fact that he's going to be talking to a grown man about it. He's not going to take his shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, he came onto the scene pretty much calling the fandom a bunch of racists because they didn't like his show, but his show was objectively bad. So what you're doing, or what he was doing, is exactly what Disney does and everybody else does. I mean, he tries to act like he's not like them, but he went by the same playbook. You know, instead of responding to valid criticism, he went and just pretty much insulted a whole fandom. You know, it's like people have the right to have an opinion about something, especially in the context that everything is in now, where everything has to be race swapped and everything. You know, that doesn't work for anybody. And that's what I want them to understand. It's not just that white people just don't like this, so they got to be racist. Listen, dude, there's a lot of black people who don't appreciate that either. You know, and I would be one of them. And I'm going to break down my reasons why, because I don't think they give a whole lot of thought to that. You know, they just want to categorize it as one thing, but it's a more nuanced situation here. You know, why people don't appreciate this and why it doesn't work. So, you know, we'll be talking about that. Yeah. But thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah. Because I was speaking with, I think, someone last night, Raging Rhino. Because he hadn't seen the show, because I asked what he was going to say, and he's like, no, he's just going to sit back and let you guys go. And I think Jay Longbone might be there as well. So she's pretty cool. So
yeah. So it should be interesting. You know, I'm not there to just try to be bullying people and disrespecting people. I just want to give an extra perspective that I feel is lacking in the conversation, you know. So I think that's a good thing. I think it can be positive. We'll see.
Is that your first time on Flashcast, or?
Actually, last week was my first time.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Had me on.
I usually don't watch
Mm-hmm.
a lot of Flashcast, so yeah.
Oh, nice, man! Flashcast, sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's you missed it, but he's going to be having a conversation with Director X,
right? Yeah, no, I was kind of keeping up on that. I think that's awesome. I think it's that's great. Have you watched the show?
Oh yeah,
I watched his responses.
No, I watched the first 2 episodes because I did want to know like what it was that, you know, because I was seeing that, you know, this guy was coming out and, you know, just blasting everybody for being racist and stuff about this show.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime you have a producer or director of color, for lack of a better term, you know, doing that, it always is like a red flag for me, because usually they tend to be trying to speak for black people, right? So I'm like, okay, all right. So this guy is going to come onto the scene calling everybody under the sun racist because they don't like his show. Let me watch his show and see. I would be honest about it. If the show was good, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, people are just, you know, being, you know, how people can be. But when I watched it, I was like, holy crap, this thing was painful. It was just bad. It was just badly written. The characters were insufferable. And I was just like, no.
Fight scenes were terrible.
Yeah.
And you haven't even got to the part where they do the kidnapping, the torturing. I think that's episode 3 or 4. So you missed the best episode.
Oh my God, I've seen enough.
He's coming at us as we're just all white people that hate his stuff.
Yeah,
I've watched him a few times, and it's like, dude, why are you so angry at the fans that don't like your stuff? Like.
But see,
I'll give him props for the talking to people. At least he's not saying it on the like a variety show and then doing nothing about it. I can at least respect that aspect of getting down in the trenches.
Mm-hmm.
Except for one thing, I don't think he was ever really just attacking people as he was trying to get people's attention. I think he knew what he was doing the whole time, because you know, you guys know, it's like I talk to these other guys too. So it's like talking to Jay, talking to somebody else. Like he'll say one thing on camera and everything, then behind the scenes, hey guys, when are we going to get together and do something? We got to get on the streams together and stuff like that. You don't hate people,
right?
It's like you're using this to be sensational, to get attention. And honestly, what a lot of people keep forgetting is that if you look at all of us together, not just Nerdrotic or Geeks and Game, but if you look at all of us, we represent a huge audience,
Yes.
and that audience is very opinionated.
Mm-hmm.
That audience spends money. Okay. So if I'm going to give him credit for one thing, is that I think he knows that he needs to tap into this market here.
Right.
And I don't think he's going to be the last one to try to do this,
do you think he's trying to get some hate watching? Because I saw one of his, he was on, I don't remember whose show he was on, but he was really attacking fandom. And then I've heard he's kind of backed off that a little bit and tries to defend his show, but what he was doing was attacking fandom.
Mm-hmm. He said, I don't have to hear the criticism because I know what fake criticism is. So therefore, all criticism against me is fake.
Yeah,
I don't have to hear it because I know I've lived in the... I can't remember what he said. I think he said Trenton, something like that. It was another verbiage that he used. Like, he's been around enough to know fake people. So therefore, anything that any of us say as criticism isn't valid. Therefore, ignore that point.
Well, let me ask this question real quick. Mark, and Grant. Is he doing it wasn't pregame, like the pregame, these people are racist, they're not going to like my movie, and that's why they're not going to like it. Not that it's garbage. Like we've seen many times in recent, attacks on fandom when they race swap a character, but yet it's not about the race swapping. It's about how bad they did the content. Is it like that? Or is he just, I don't get where he's coming from. I get his trying to defend his show, but it's not fake people. Like he's trying to call people like we know being fake about their response to it. And I think that's pretty, this is the thing I find interesting. Like YouTube is something, even though I don't care for how they run it anymore, it's real people watching other real people's opinions on things, not, a 3-minute blurb on a news channel or an entertainment channel, and then that segment's over. These are hour-long conversations we have. And I believe that's the future of entertainment, and it's kind of been going that way. And to attack these people, like to call us fake, it's almost like, well, are you calling us fake? I don't get that point. I don't get that idea. Have you ever watched these people? Because that's what it sounds like. You're attacking people you have no clue about. You're being, in a way, not a racist, but you're taking a group of people. You're fandomist. You're taking a group of fandom of people and just as a whole saying we're all fake. And I think that's bullshit.
Yeah. There's this idea that it's the grift, like we're going to be outraged about everything because that's what gets us our clicks and stuff. So we're going to look for any petty reason to hate his thing, what he's doing there, because that's what gets people views. So it doesn't matter. Like in other words, we can't be objective anymore,
right? Because
as YouTubers, our personas right now are about raging out, ranting, things like that. And I think he kind of runs with that idea. I heard him criticizing Disparu, right? Because he was saying that his reactions are exaggerated. They're not honest. Like if he starts laughing at a certain scene, I heard him saying, like, you're forcing the laughter, dude. It doesn't even look real. It's like, you're just faking and stuff like that. But like I said, his shows are objectively bad. Yeah. So, and I think that a lot of us, if people really pay attention, a lot of us don't have a problem saying when something is good.
Yeah, I just gave Loki season 2 a little bit of props. I've enjoyed it way more than I enjoyed season 1. I actually thought it was based on Loki. They put female Loki in the background, more like a not an antagonist, but like almost like a weird Jiminy Cricket of his. Like, and it's just a journey of this Loki, like finding what his purpose is. And I actually think it's way better than what they did in season 1. I'm not saying it's great.
His purpose is to build the TVA, so then Kane can take it over and then redo it, and then it's a big Ouroboros.
Well, so. It has, yes, it has, but I think they're going to break that because Kang's gone. They're not going to use Jonathan.
No,
Majors. But I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah,
I do. But I let me put it this way: Tom Hiddleston, when they allow that man to act, it doesn't even matter if it's great writing. He is a great actor. He really
was amazing.
Oh my God, he sold the point of why did Loki want to save the TVA? And it's like the reasoning is because I want friends and I want to belong and I don't want to be alone.
I don't get that. These are the people that captured him, tortured him.
I get it. And
I'm like,
but
dude, Stockholm Syndrome, if I've ever seen
him selling that was fantastic. He did a great job selling that. But as he was doing it, I'm like, oh man, this makes no sense. But damn, you make it emotional. That's all I was trying to say about that. It's not good. Bad. It's not good, but it's not.
Yeah, he's a thirst trap.
Yeah, all I'm saying is I can give props to things even if I don't like it. You know.
I mean, like I said, it's really about being honest. You know, like there have to be maybe like not everything is complete trash, right? Like if you watch something, I'm kind of thinking about something where I can see where people wouldn't like it. But I did, you know, like I can understand that, you know what I mean? Like what you're saying, you know, absolutely. A good one. Picard, season 3.
Season 3 was great.
All right. I loved it. All right. Here. Now, you know, on this very stream,
yes.
You know, we could be argued down about that. A lot of people feel very strongly about
there's people in the chat who are destroying you, man.
Yeah, it's okay. Because I mean, I think culture was saying like it was kind of a betrayal to embrace anything, you know, that was coming out of New Trek and everything. And I was just like, I understand. I do.
Yeah.
But I liked it, you know?
Right.
So it's like I get
we also
got to
let them know what we like. That's what I was saying during that stream. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, like I said, I definitely get it, you know, but this is what people come to us for. They come to us for the honesty too. You know, we have a trust that those people in the industry do not have. They betrayed that trust.
Yes.
They destroyed the goodwill, you know, and I think that's what makes them want to attack us. You know, we're just seeing these stories now where Gina Carano was talking about how, you know, Kathleen Kennedy, Lucasfilm, they send bots out. You know, the guy from HBO Max was saying the same thing. It's been confirmed. They sent bots to us to try to discredit us and to attack us because they can't take us being free enough to say how we feel about something. That's amazing.
The ego on these people, the idea that they try, and you know they did more than that, more than she knows. They probably talked to YouTube because YouTube spun quick on what they would not let you talk about. And it was sometimes, it wasn't even about the vid. It was about videos we were watching of Marvel and stuff. And all of a sudden people were getting demonetized and channels being destroyed. I mean, I got demonetized. I still really don't know why. Like, and it destroyed my channel, man. All I'm doing is going backwards on YouTube now. I'm losing subs daily. And 25 people watching on YouTube right now. God bless you guys. Because that's the most we've had in months watching one of the streams. It's insane what they did. And I'm not like, people are like, stop crying about it. But I'm trying to point out, they did it to me. They could do it they do it to anybody. And I'm a small time YouTuber.
Well, that's
and
the
yet
frustrating
they attacked
thing.
Me, you know? That's
the frustrating thing about it, Scott, is that you can say that you can acknowledge what's going on with your channel and stuff like that. People are always going to be waiting to say, oh, stop crying. You know what I mean?
Right.
The worst thing you can say is you've been shadow banned. Dude, you haven't been shadow banned, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, bro, I don't even want to have that discussion with people. But the fact of the matter is that as long as I've been doing this and everything, I know for a fact, like there used to be a time when I was like knocking down like, you know, maybe 20K, you know, 30K per video or whatever, just doing the dumb stuff that I do. You know, I've seen people get more views than that, picking their nose, literally picking their nose. You see it all the time on TikTok.
Yeah.
People get millions of views sleeping. They got the camera running while they sleep.
Yep.
And they're getting all of these views. So it's just like, okay, I see what's going on with YouTube. I can't lose any sleep over that. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
I always have a message that I'm trying to put out there. I just want to put the message out, but it's always the same comments from the same people. It's not the same comments, but it's always the same people. So I realize, even though I just got over 13,000, subs,
Amen. Congrats,
I'm still
man.
going to get like 200, 300, 400 views per video. And it's
crazy,
always going
right?
to, and it's always going to be the same 30, 40, 50 comments from the same people who I love so much, but they'll still tell me things like, man, we don't get notifications, Well,
I hear that all the time now.
Yeah. I'll get a guy, I haven't seen you in months, man. Where you been? Dude, I do like 3 videos at least, a week with my work schedule. That's all I can do. But, I've seen enough.
You do that many, brother.
Yeah. I've seen enough. I've proven it to myself, so I don't have to make the case to people so they can say, oh man, stop crying.
Right.
It's like, I know what's going on.
Right.
So,
I do too, man. I do too. I mean, literally, there has been more content streaming on my channel than last year at this time. And it's talking about things that we weren't supposed to talk about in 2020, 21, 22. You know what I mean? That caused it. You were a big proponent in talking about that stuff. And I respect the shit out of you for that. Because there wasn't many people, and no disrespect to anybody in the fandom, because I love all those channels, but they stuck with entertainment where we turned in and we're saying this is happening right now and it has to be talked about. And I'm still proud that I talked about it because it had to be talked about. We were being silenced from this platform and people stopped talking about it because they were scared they would lose their income. And I understand that. I'm a smaller channel, so I wasn't making much, but I felt the need, like I'd be willing to burn this channel down to turn to my kids and said, I feel like I did the right thing, Yeah. It's nuts, man.
Biggles, that's great.
I love Biggles.
That's great.
I love Biggles, man. Good dude. Met him down in Florida. Awesome.
But I tell folks all the time, man, YouTube, the motto used to be broadcast yourself. It was a very straightforward thing. Anyone could do it. And our freedom of speech and ability to be able to be heard, and it was a beautiful thing. But I tell people all the time, man, it could go away in a minute. So don't be afraid to speak your mind. I mean, like you said, if it's a larger channel and you're making you're living off of this, you're employing people. I get the reluctance, but just the same, that can be gone in a minute. And some people have found that out.
Yeah. And the sad thing too is I know people that lost respect for certain people because they fell in line, and I can't blame somebody for falling in line. Like, I won't lose respect for somebody who's feeding their family through YouTube, and that's what they got to do. Amen. That's why we've talked about this so many times. You have to have Rumble grow, because we need other platforms so YouTube doesn't have the strength they have right now. They bought out all the little ones, and then when Google took over, it was like, well, now that we have the monopoly on this, we're going to tell you what we want you to do. So
I think Rumble is definitely the way to go, because most people don't realize Rumble's a 10-year-old platform.
Yeah,
it's been around for 10 years,
and they've been doing great work with their app. It's gotten easier to use, easier to follow. I'm trying to hit 400 on Rumble. I'm at 387.
Nice.
I just lost one. No, 388 right now. Yeah, thank you for whoever over the 9 people watching on Rumble. Thank you very much, whoever subscribed. And subscribe on YouTube too, because we're going to be watching Echo in a minute. And I haven't watched this trailer yet, and I'm excited to see the best episode of the year, because that's what this trailer definitely has to be. Because no way.
So you haven't seen it?
No, I held off on watching it so we could watch it on here.
Have you seen it, Mark?
I saw it. The trailer, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. Mm-hmm. So we'll watch it, and you guys can watch my actual reaction. And this isn't one of those where it's like, hey, it's a reaction video, and you've watched it 4 times, so you could be like, pause. I swear that's an Easter egg for blah, 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 blah. My reaction videos are real where I'm like, oh, what?
Or it's like first time listening to Marvin Gaye, and then they're singing along to it. Like, wait, what? That doesn't seem
I
right.
think it's an A minor. I just caught that. No big deal. Yeah. So before we watch it, don't spoil it for me. But what did you guys think of? I know we already know who Echo is, but what did you think of the trailer itself? Mark, you already said it. The trailer was decent. I've heard that from a lot of people. But
the trailer is promising something that I know they're not going to be able to deliver. But
right.
yeah, but it is promising. It does look like it has potential.
Mm-hmm.
It looks darker than what we're used to. And like I said, there's no way they're going to deliver that on Disney Plus. No way. But
see, the thing of it is,
I keep hearing Netflix Marvel. That's what I keep hearing. Oh, it's back to the Netflix Marvel.
It's never going to be that way. To be based on the people that are that are doing it. But they did do a big emphasis of talking about it going on Hulu as well, not just exclusively to Disney Plus. So I'm wondering.
Well, they have a deal. It's Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN. They're all together.
Well, the way in which they're doing this stuff is they're putting their more adult-orientated content towards Hulu. So the fact that they're talking about that also, it's an interesting thing. I think out of any of the trailers that have been done for any of the Disney Marvel shows, this one is probably second to the first season of Loki's trailer, because I thought that trailer was a really good trailer. It just didn't deliver. So, but yeah, whoever's doing the trailers one did a good enough job. Also, my favorite line is when Echo said this. Because she's deaf and mute, she can't talk.
Just took me a second to know what the hell you were doing. Okay. All right,
I just want to say real quick to Copied Kitty, that's exactly what my approach will be. I didn't want to give away too much but that's my strategy. That's been my strategy. If you watch my videos, that's always been my strategy. But okay, we'll see.
I can't wait to watch you on this. What time does that start? Rumblecast.
10:30.
Is it 10:30?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tomorrow's my first day off in like 26 days, so I could stay up late. Wow. I'm gonna watch it.
Look at you.
Yeah, dude. All I do is work. That's why I apologize to any of my members, new and old. Like it's hard for me to even make videos anymore. I work. I'm the sole income, so right now, because we realized raising a family of, with 3 little ones and a house, it's impossible in America today to do that while both parents are working. And I know there's a lot of single parents out there, and I got like Mark, man, I give you fucking respect, man, because I don't know how anybody, 2 of us couldn't do it working and just 3 kids. It was too hard. It's too hard. So my wife's staying home. It was her decision. And I support that. And I don't mind working my ass off to, keep my family living the style they know to live.
You guys are superheroes.
You are too, brother. You're a superhero. I truly believe that. I can't wait. I'm going to meet you in New York. I'm coming up. I'm going to be there in March or whatever you guys are doing. I definitely will be there. It's only a little ride for me. I'll jump on the train.
And you can wear a camera around your neck so I can be a part of things.
I'll do it. I'll stream you. So let's take a look at this amazing, what I've heard is a great trailer for Echo. Just let me know if you guys can hear it.
Yep.
Oh, flashback.
Maya. I see everything that you are.
Okay, so evil white ice cream guy won't sell her an ice cream because she can't talk. Is that what I'm getting?
He's denying her for something.
He's more
an ice cream cart. Okay.
I wouldn't say white. He's more Italian. So
it's always the Italians, huh? This is Manhattan, right? Does Echo take place? Yeah, it's Manhattan. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like Manhattan.
Hell's Kitchen's supposed to be.
That's right. Yeah. Hell's Kitchen. God, I forgot that for a second.
Maya.
Okay.
I see everything that you are.
Get out of here.
I always have.
That was not the Kingpin we saw in She-Hulk.
No.
That is not the Kingpin I remember. He was a little more like he was not the Netflix Kingpin, but what I'm seeing here is more Netflix Kingpin. Maybe that's why people are saying that.
Well, dude, I don't know if you noticed it. There's actually blood.
There's blood on his jacket too. Yeah.
He's just getting started. Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
Wait, does that say "Make America, skate again"? What the frick? Oh man, that's funny. Now this was supposed to come out in September, right?
Was it?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is the reason why I find it funny, because they already had this all filmed, and like, that's if they were willing to scrap Daredevil, how is this going to be? Just because they had it all filmed.
This was the only thing that survived from the previous thing.
Right. Like they were like, we're way too far to scrap this probably. And I haven't heard anything about reshoots.
I think because of the lack of reshoots, I think it's actually decent. That's why they wanted to put something out. That's literally the only thing I can think of.
You know what, man? I don't think that'll be true, but I like where that's going. Like this is they made it, before, and they were like, we don't have time for reshoots, because of the strike. Let's just put it out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see. All right, Echo.
You have so much pain in you.
Great villain.
So much rage. That you can't contain it. You and I are the same. So, who's the monster?
I don't know. What I keep seeing, it looks all right, but it's like this.
Did you see the part where the guy got shot in the neck? I was just like, okay, that's a bit weird for a Disney trailer.
Right? But what did your daughter think of it?
What do you think of it? Did you like that?
Yes, but it's dark.
Yeah, it's dark. It is dark. Very dark, darling. That's right.
Yeah, look at that hole in his neck.
Yeah, very
but
good.
it seems like a lot of I don't know, white guys being bad again. I don't know. That gets me nervous. We couldn't have like a cultural diverse group of bad guys. I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
Boosh. Remember when you were young and the ice cream man would make fun of kids with disabilities? Yeah, that's what they always did. I mean, the dude's trying to make money. He's going to be like, just point to what you want, kid. That's all he would have said. That was dumb.
Well, I don't know. It's like there's a lot of white guys being bad, but there's no bunch of other people being overly good either. It just seems like it's a dark world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't kicking ass the entire time. You saw her getting the shit kicked out of her as well, and then it's like she came back. There was a narrative between the story. It seems to be more character driven than action, based purely and simply on the trailer. Like the duality between the two of them, how he raised her to be this thing, and now she's resentful of it for whatever reason. I like that idea that they're telling a theme in a trailer, and it's not just.
Well, we know why she resents him.
Ass. Yeah.
We know why she resents him already from She-Hulk. Or no, I'm sorry. No, I keep saying She-Hulk. It was it was
the other female show called Hawkeye.
Yeah, it was the other female. She found out that he killed her father, or uncle, whatever her father. When they were friends, Kingpin and her father, but Kingpin ended up being the one that actually killed him. And she was raised by Kingpin not knowing this, and that's why she's out for vengeance. But see, if they don't show you that at all in the trailer and you know nothing about Echo, like it's almost like you have to watch these series to understand the next series. And they kind of, I wish they didn't do that as much. Like I can sit down and watch Captain America, the First Avenger, and not know anything quite yet about Iron Man, even though it came out before that. You know what I'm saying? Like it should be able to stand alone. And I understand they're trying to move the story along, but maybe we should have found that out in this series, and she should have just been a badass and Hawkeye instead of what that became. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I was. This was one of the ones I was definitely going to watch and do videos on. But I'm actually looking forward to it unironically now, and I think that's a good shift. If a trailer can do that,
Hey,
the first episode might be absolutely dog shit, and I still reserve my right to call it out on its crap if I don't like it.
I would like to know who actually made the trailer, because there are some companies out there, man, they can make anything look good. You know what I mean?
Like, they usually work for Warner Brothers.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, when you really think about it, like the Star Wars trailers, they were pretty good, except Rise of Skywalker to me was still trash,
Yeah.
But yeah. But
there
the
was
first
no
time I
that,
saw no, yeah.
There was no saving that movie.
But the first time I saw what was it, The Last Jedi trailer, I remember thinking to myself, wow, I didn't know that it was gonna suck as bad as it did. The trailer made it look interesting. So, that's what they're supposed to do. They're just supposed to get you interested. So I see something here.
Yeah.
I just don't trust Disney at all with any of this stuff,
Well, you know what the problem with Disney is? One of the biggest problems they have, I don't care, who the big bad is. They keep making, and Mr. McFadden says it really good here, seeing Kingpin at the end looking weak, sitting down, wounded, and not being in a position of power seems off. Ray beating Kylo Ren in the first movie, not smart. They do this often. Kang being defeated 3 times now, and by Ant-Man, he gets defeated by Ant-Man and Janet Van Dyne. He gets beaten by Loki. Like twice. It's just, how's that a big bad? A big bad walked in like Thanos and wreck shop, and you're like, holy cow, he just killed half the universe. How are they going to fix this? And then they did a
timey-wimey stuff. But also, I think the thing with the Kingpin part, I think that could be a really powerful moment. The reason that she doesn't go and kill him, because he's no longer the monster in her head, and that's a ploy. I think I could see the real Kingpin doing something like that. The one that we saw, the calculated, cool, methodical killer that was in Netflix. I could see him doing something like that, playing a long game against her.
Well, you have a point. You do have a point. He does play that long game. So showing the weakness, trying to get her trust back, stuff like that could be it.
I mean, I'm saying there's room for that. It's not necessary. I don't necessarily look at that and go, oh, I see him. Like it's automatically just a bad thing. Because if it was me doing that, that's what I would do with that character as a ruse. Because if she's coming after him and she thinks he's this big bad, change the perspective to get one over. You don't have to win every. I think he said you don't have to win every battle with your fists. He even said that to Daredevil in season 3 or 2, I think it was. It'd be a good way to continue the actual cool character that he had.
Yeah, I'm just saying McFadden's on.
Somebody.
He's on fire. Casey Lang, Quantumanium. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but it looks like somebody worked him over though. It's like something's up with his eye. Clearly he's beaten. He's at her mercy. So. Well,
I think he got beaten at the end of Hawkeye.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of got hit by a car.
Oh, yeah,
or a van.
Right. Into a store, right?
Yeah, and then got shot off screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I just put a poll up on YouTube, so if you're over there, I just want to know if you got a notification, because I just keep hearing from a lot of people that they're not getting it, like Mark said before, and I just would like to present that. If it's, there's not too many people here tonight, but if you are, please, in the chat, even if you're not talking in the chat, take the poll, just so I can, you know, probably feel bad that you all got notifications, and actually people that didn't, a lot of them probably would not be here to take the poll. So that's not going to work.
That's the point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's the
not
point.
gonna work. Shit, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I tried. There was another, what was the other topic about this stuff? Hollywood I wanted to go over with you guys.
Do you think, so just on Echo, do you think the fact that the character's not going to be able to spout off some stupid dialogue lines is going to be a benefit for the series?
Absolutely. No question about it. She doesn't get to say dumb stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a perfect way of putting it. She can't, like, she can only give you a look. Yeah, like, I don't know. It's hard for me to watch this stuff nowadays. I've been watching so much anime. That's all I watch. I mean, I watched Loki and I'll watch them, so I'm up on it. And I've found people that are mad at me for watching it. Like, it's my excuse to really watch it. And I'm like, I don't know. Oh, you guys just have to review it so I don't have to see it. That's like the line some people say, and they're true. They're watching it so you don't have to, because it's garbage. But
yeah,
people are starting to get mad about that. It's funny.
Well, yeah. I mean, people are going to complain about anything, but the fact of the matter is that your viewers do actually value that.
Yeah.
I've heard it. Thank you for watching it and telling us about it. They mean that. So, it's like I said before, we represent a lot of people.
Yeah.
Who trust us.
And I really, like, I know I joke around, but like the people in the chat, my subscribers, like, I really, it means a lot to me that you take the time to watch any of my stuff. So I'm not going to hold back watching something I don't want to watch if you want me to review it. Like, I skipped quite a few things this year because my people, they just didn't want me even worrying about it. But, when it comes to anything George R. Martin, they're going to want me to watch, even if I don't want to watch it. But luckily at the moment I do. What's up, society? How you doing, Jacob?
What up? I'm just here hyped and excited for the greatest television show of all time, Echo, which is going to
did you get to watch that amazing trailer?
Yeah, you mean the 2 minutes of usable footage that they can scrape out of 5 episodes? Yeah,
it's
great.
It's legit amazing. Probably going to be the best episode of the... Is it only 5 episodes? What is up with today's...
So here's the story about this.
You expect to do more episodes on a $300 million budget, Scott? Come on.
You would think so, man. I'm sorry.
So here's the story.
Yeah.
Somebody decided that it would be a good idea to make a Disney Plus show about a Native American, one-legged, disabled, deaf superhero who may or may not be a lesbian. It's still the jury's still out on that one. Yeah. And in order to do this show, they got an actual Native American, one-legged, deaf girl to play the role, who has never acted in anything in her entire life. So they decided, you know what? Let's give this 8 episodes on Disney Plus. It's going to be great. By the time they started filming the episodes, they realized, oh no, this actually isn't great. This is actually really, really bad. So instead of doing 8 episodes, let's do about 6. And then, hey, instead of doing like week after week releases to build anticipation, let's just do the whole thing in one shot. Just one shot and release.
That's smart on their part, dude.
And then,
that's smart.
And then after that, they realized, you know what? 6 is a little too much. Let's go with 5. Let's just go with 5 episodes and release it all in one day, and then just move on like it didn't happen. It's like when you like light a bag of poop on fire, and you run away. It's pretty much exactly.
I get what you're saying.
There.
You almost hope though by cutting it from 8
sold me.
Yeah, he sold me in a heartbeat. Who doesn't like a bag of flaming poop? But like cutting it from 8 to 5, did they take out the fat? Did they take out the message and left just the a story that we might enjoy? Or
so the executive producer of the show came out not too long ago, and basically her selling point of why anyone should watch this is the diversity and the representation. Nothing about the actual story whatsoever. She did come out and say that apparently they're not going to, this Echo from this TV show is not going to be like the Echo from the comic books, because apparently her powers is dumb and don't work. But you're talking about a superhero that nobody really knows about to begin with, and then you've already out of the gate said, yeah, we don't like her comic book power, so we're just going to do something completely entirely different. But hey, she is Native American with one leg, so isn't that
right?
great?
And we're not going to give her any powers.
Whatever
Like, right?
powers
She has no power, right?
whatever powers she
Not in this,
had
not
in
not
the
in this.
comic
She's
books,
just
she's not gonna have in this TV series. So
Yeah.
whatever powers they decide to give her is gonna be completely different from the TV show.
Well, I mean, she was in another show and we saw no powers.
Yeah.
So essentially, Echo is the same thing as like Taskmasters, but her abilities, she can see someone do a move and mimic that move. She echoes their movement.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even with one leg. That's impressive.
And she's deaf.
Yeah. The weird thing about it is, I don't know how she's going to echo someone wiggling her toes on the left foot.
Ghost foot? I don't know. Maybe. You got to think about shit like that, though.
Yeah, so this is going to be the greatest Disney Plus show of all time. I'm dedicating an entire 2-hour barroom podcast to Echo. We're going to review the whole thing, the whole shebang. It's going to be great.
Yeah. I just, you know what's, oh man, JK, November 3rd, she had a great tweet. We'll talk about that on Rumble in a little bit. You know what I do love? I was saying it just a minute ago. I'm really into anime lately, and I went to go on. I have a subscription to Crunchyroll, and it's just the server is just it's over. People are crushing it right now. I could barely get anything on there. I guess Attack on Titan's final is tonight. I didn't even know they had a next season after the last season. So I get to watch them all. Hopefully they dub them because I hate reading. But that now, like, that is some good shit.
Yeah,
you know, I like how
caught up with that,
dude. So it's so good. It's really
Yeah.
good. There's better stuff out there than that. But right now they're coming out with some really cool, like if you like fantasy magic, stuff like that, they're coming out with some really different anime that's pretty cool right now. That it's just the storylines are always good. There are powerful women, but they're still feminine. There are, you know, butchy ones, you know. There's dudes who are powerful and smart. There's dumb guys. Like there's the whole caboodle, whatever you want to call it.
What are their pronouns, Scott?
They don't have any.
Oh,
thank God.
are there any
Sensei,
Australians? Because I can't
senpai.
see myself
have
in them.
one leg. Like
They got
all have.
senpai, sensei. They might, dude. There's one that gets reincarnated as a vending machine, and I love it. It has more heart than anything on Disney. The dude literally gets reincarnated in a magical world as a vending machine, and it has more heart than anything I've seen from Marvel or Star Wars in a while.
You're really obsessed with this isekai, aren't you?
I love isekai. I think I want my afterlife to be isekai. Like when I die, I want them to be like, we're going to send you to a fantasy world and you can have like one OP power. I want to know what should, like,
You're going to be able to control dairy.
just all dairy. Isekai rocks though. And Slender knows, and Biggles is a big into anime. We did a whole stream on anime. So if you guys don't know Biggles Met has a channel, and I think he's a mod. So put your channel in there, so people can see it. Slender Dad says anime still has characters as opposed to cardboard cutouts. Yeah. Oh my God, I haven't watched that, but it has some voice actors I like. Yeah, it's good, dude. It's good. And the girls are always drawn like close to not like as fat asses and thighs as Makini draws, but they're close.
No marketing curves.
Yeah, Makini has some curves, you know.
Yeah.
But there are
Vivacious.
Yeah, vivacious curves. But there are some fine anime cartoons. I'm sorry that my wife laughs at me. She's like, "You're watching cartoons?" I'm like, "It's anime." Like I'm that guy now. You know, like it's anime. It's not cartoons.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like this is intellectual cartoons for adults. God. There's themes here, woman.
Yeah, Biggles, you don't have to come to my. You do what you want. You're Biggles. Come on. Faraway Paladin 2. I watched. I loved that when it first came out. I've been watching. Sorry, this thing is so slow. I don't know if it's actually coming on. But yeah, Faraway Paladin season 2 is definitely worth watching. I've been watching that. Again, I'm a little behind because I wait for the dub. Even though like I don't know if something happened to the voice character in season 1, but it's not the same in season 2, and that throws me off. It happened also in the Shield Hero, but I think that guy passed away in the season 1 guy, so I can live with that. But yeah, dude, if you want, I'll give you some ideas if you guys haven't watched anime. Like, Mark, I think there's some stuff you'd enjoy. It has heart, man. It has heart.
Yeah.
And it's funny, but some of them aren't as funny, you know, like it's some good shit. Gunhead is a great
Oh
one.
yeah, I could tell.
Yeah, I'm into it. I never thought I would. I used to kind of make fun of anime because I didn't really get it, you know, but yet as kids, we watched anime, Voltron, you know, like stuff like that. That was anime.
Dragon Ball Z.
I never watched that.
You should have.
Yeah, he died of cancer. That's right. The Rise of the Shield Hero. You know it, honey. You know it.
Exactly.
Let's see. We're at the 1:15 hour.
The last animated anime that I can think of watching was a little thing called Death Parade, if I'm not mistaken, or Death Billiards. That's like the last one that I've seen, and I've tried to catch up with a couple of new ones, and I haven't really found anything that interests me yet. I'm very, very selective with my.
Well, let me know what you're into, and I might be able to give you some ideas. Yeah, Skeleton Knight is
He
great.
has a great tentacle collection too. I'll over into that, Jacob.
Yeah.
I'll let you play with my figures. We're moving over to Rumble, everybody. So I am going to leave you with the Rumble link in the YouTube chat. Join us over on Rumble. Right now we have about 10 people watching. I'd like to see the 25 or so move over to Rumble. Give it an opportunity. If you're at a desktop, it's very friendly, user friendly, and the app has gotten a lot better. And I'm only 12 away from 400, and that'd be a cool mark to hit. So please come over, and we're going to be moving over there right now. If you don't, thank you for watching on YouTube. I might be still a little butthurt with the platform, but I love you guys for supporting me. Some of you don't even get notifications, and you still come looking. So it really does. It means a lot to me. We have a lot of new channel members right now from gifts people have given, which I can't thank, like people like Grant and others. I can't thank you enough. So I'll try to do something. We are coming back with Aluminum Spork on Tuesday. We'll be talking aliens and ancient history. So we'll leave you with the intro to that. The new intro, not the old one, even though I think I like the old one more now. All right. Peace out, YouTube. See you guys over on Rumble. Make sure you say hello in the chat. Later.